What it do, YouTube? MJM for life here, finally back again, bringing you another battle. I know it's been a while, I've been swamped with work, but here I am. Let's get into it. This is my new OU sand team. It's built around Mega Garchomp. I'm using that sand, what is it, Sand Rush? Not Sand Rush. Sand Force ability, because Mega Garchomp is a really underused Mega, in my opinion. So anyway, he led off with his Mienshao. I made a risky play staying in turn 1, because I don't know anything about Mienshao this generation, whether it runs Hidden Power Ice or not. So I decided, fuck it, might as well risk it. And it turns out, probably not running it. Either that or maybe he expected to switch, or I don't know. He's going to go into his Lander, so I expected him to knock off for you. That's why I went into my Garchomp, because I have the Mega Stone obviously on the Garchomp, and knock off won't do that much, and then he'll take rough skin damage as well. But since he went straight for U-turn, now that leads me to believe that he's Scarfed. So now I'm going to go on to my Hippowdon and Dragonite, stupidly forgetting that I forgot to put, I took off Roar right before this battle for Toxic, and not only that, he crits me with the Dragon Claw. So I thought, since I didn't see an item, I thought he might have Lumberry. But I think he probably has weakness policy. He doesn't have Lumberry or Leftovers or Life Orb. So he probably has weakness policy, but he's going to go for the Fire Punch. What I do here is Roost, because Skarmory is the phaser on my team. Instead of going straight for Whirlwind, I wanted to Roost to see gauge how much the Fire Punch would do. And since I know that it's a 2-hit KO from there, and he's going to die off to the Toxic after his next attack, I decided to go for the Spikes instead of the Whirlwind. So I die. It's going to be a double down here. And what's going to happen is that on the blind double down, I'm going to go into Tyranitar. As soon as I clicked Tyranitar, I completely forgot that I thought his Landorus might be Scarfed, and obviously typically people go out to a Scarf. But he didn't do that, so that was luckily for me. Instead, he goes on to his Mega Venusaur, goes for the Sleep Powder, which you don't really see that often on Mega Venusaur. So now, I'm pretty sure that Alicia is going to come, so what I'm going to do is Mega Evolve, burn off that guaranteed turn to sleep, then switch out into my Clefable. And I did this just to see whether or not he had Sludge Bomb, because I'm thinking that his moveset is Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, and Synthesis. And since he switches out here, that kind of confirms that he doesn't have Sludge Bomb, either that or he just isn't confident in how much Sludge Bomb will do. So he goes on to his Landorus, and I'm pretty sure that this is Scarf Landorus, so I'm expecting either a U-turn or an Earthquake. Either way, my Landorus can take it and get back up to full with the Wish. So now, basically, something on his team has to die. And it's going to be this Venusaur. So after the Stealth Rock and Spikes damage, he's not going to be able to take 2 Earth Powers, as well as the Sandstorm damage. He's definitely not going to be able to take 2 Earth Powers. So that thing goes down. Now he goes out into a Greninja, and I have a safe, super safe switch in the Greninja, which is my Clefable. So I'm going to go into the Clefable just to take that Ice Beam, take it really, really well. So now what I'm going to do is go for the Wish here. Now, I could have protected just to see whether or not he had Hydro Pump, but since he went straight for the Ice Beam again, that tells me that instead of Hydro Pump, he has Surf, because obviously Hydro Pump would do much more than Ice Beam. But so that means he has Surf. So he's going to keep going for the Ice Beam, trying to get the Freeze, I'm guessing. But I'm just going to Wish here just to be at a safer amount of HP when I go for my attack. And he does show me the Surf, so my suspicions were correct that he didn't have the Hydro Pump. So I was actually surprised that didn't kill, because I completely forgot that he's not Dark anymore, because like, I was super effective. But it's not, and then he ends up freezing me with the Ice Beam, which was annoying. But luckily for me, I thought out turn 1. Extremely lucky. And I'm going to go for the Protect here. And now, instead of playing around with the freaking Ice Beam anymore, since I've already been frozen once, I'm just going to go straight for the Moonblast. Clefable is at a decent amount of HP. I really only need it for the Mienshao. But he realizes that he can't do much, because his Landorus can't do anything to my own Landorus, and his Mienshao can't do anything to my Clefable. So, yeah, that's it. And I've got another battle, so we'll get into that shortly. Okay, so this is my second battle I had with this sand team that I just made. He's going to lead off with his Mew, and I lead off with my Hippowdon. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp and misses the first turn. Unfortunately, that increased accuracy still doesn't prevent you from missing sometimes. So now I'm going to go into my Landorus. I'm actually expecting a Defog here, not a Will-O-Wisp, even though I can take a Will-O-Wisp regardless. So now, I thought he might switch into his Blissey, so I wanted to, I was really thinking about U-turning, but instead I decided to go for the Earth Power, and he goes into his Landorus. I'm like, yes, I can just kill this. But he freaking survives a times 4 super effective Life Orb hit, so I'm like, that is definitely Assault Vest. I mean, that barely did half. That's definitely Assault Vest. So I'm going to switch on to my Garchomp. A free turn to Mega Evolve and get off some damage. Now, I actually have a secret move on here, which is Surf. I know the Landorus is going to come in. I'm not sure the crit mattered, even though it is Assault Vest, so that crit probably did matter, but I would have been able to 2-hit KO it regardless. So now he's going to go out to Conkeldurr. I'm pretty sure he's not going to go for knockoff. So now this is where the burn would have helped him, because my Hippowdon wouldn't just straight up utterly wall his Conkeldurr with the burn racking up. But since I'm not burned, luckily for me, I'm not have to worry about it. So now I can Toxic him. I don't care about the Guts boost, because you don't really see bulk up Conkeldurr anymore. So he's still, even with the Guts boost, he's not going to be doing enough for me. I'm going to be slacking off more than he's doing, so I can just stall him out basically. So that's what I'm going to proceed to do. He'll probably don't set up the rocks, so I really don't need it that much. I don't really need stealth rocks that much on anyway, to be perfectly honest. So I don't care if his Mew ends up coming in and defogging, which I thought he would go into his Mew here, but instead he goes for his Blissey. So I thought, you know, Heal Bell or Aromatherapy is going to come in. So this is a free switch into my T-Tar, but he actually goes out for the Wish. So I'm just going to pursue the Blissey, because I'm pretty sure he's going to switch. If he protects, that's fine, because then he doesn't pass it to anything. But he goes out in the Mew, which was an interesting switch, I thought, just because I could have gone for Crunch, and that would have done a lot to the Mew. Then he goes for Transform, another interesting play. Instead of going straight for the defog, I guess maybe he predicted my Landorus to come in or something. I'm not really sure. But now I'm going to go out to my Skarmory. I know my T-Tar's moveset, obviously, so I'm going to run my Skarmory. I do pack the Fire Blast, so I'm going to switch into my Garchomp, basically, because I know he's going to go for the Fire Blast. And this was kind of obvious, but, I mean, because I know my own moveset, I don't really think that Fire Blast was the best play in that sense. But now something has to die, because I've got Sand Force boosted, Adamant, Max Attack, Earthquakes that I'm going to be throwing out. Suicune gets 2-hit KO'd easily after Stealth Rocks, and so now he goes into Conkeldurr. That just straight up dies, and he's had enough. So I was actually that was a pivotal play, because had that Conkeldurr not died from that Earthquake, and he probably would have finished off my well, he definitely would have finished off my Garchomp with a +1 Ice Punch. You know, Garchomp was actually pivotal, because without the Garchomp, I probably would not have been able to take down the Blissey. I wouldn't really have had a secure way to take down the Blissey. So that was a key play right there, taking out that Conkeldurr. But yeah, as you can see, the pure power of Sandforce Garchomp just straight up, Conkeldurr just straight up died from 68% HP. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Sorry about the lack of postings. I hope this guy can tide you over until my next postings. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all the other good stuff, and I'm out of here. Deuces.